You know, he's strong, you know, he has a good left hook, you know, and, you know, one time he opened up, you know, I cracked him and he didn't open up at all the rest of the fight. They're always going to underrate me because I'm not one of these prospects that started boxing that had a following, you know, except they're fresh out the amateurs, they promoted them like, oh, this is the next big thing, yada, 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 all that stuff. At the end of it, I've done this 3 times. Three different divisions. I'm a 3-time world champion, and this might actually be the biggest, the most attended fight card in boxing history. And I did it on this night.
Literally, he was running. He was scared to me. He was scared of getting hit. I mean, he knows he has no chin, so. Thank you, appreciate you.
No, I'm very happy for Rolly. You know, sad short shot for Ryan Garcia, but hey, look, you know, don't overlook anybody. And, you know, I think Rolly had a great game plan. He listened to his team very well, you know, and before he went to the event, my father.
Where my headphones at, Phil? Hold on. The fights just got crazy. Hold on. What's going on? Hold on. What's going on? Hold on. The fights just got berserk. You hear me? What? Ryan?
Obviously, we weren't in there, but you know, it was a great event, man. You know, they put up a good event. Hopefully the numbers get good, and we'll go from there.
Robert, next month we got Manny Pacquiao being inducted into the Hall of Fame, Minnesota. What did it mean to you and to boxing?
Man, Pacquiao, and he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, but he's also fighting for a world title.
Right.
You know, this is a lack of real planning. He should have had a tune-up fight first and then go into a fight with a guy like Romero. But, you know, these fighters and the promoters get turned by the money, and they don't make real.
Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero have finally stepped into the ring and gave each other a tough run. Leading up to the fight on May 2nd, the boxing world couldn't help but throw in their predictions for what was about to go down. And now that the dust has settled and we've seen how things actually played out, let's rewind a bit and look at what people were expecting, starting off with none other than Canelo Alvarez.
So, what's it like training with Ryan Garcia again, and what's your prediction for his fight on Friday night?
He's gonna win. He's gonna win by knockout.
Canelo was all in for Ryan Garcia to win, and not just win, but win by knockout. That's a pretty bold prediction to throw out there, especially with how unpredictable Rolly can be in the ring. But Canelo didn't just back Ryan for no reason. There's a little more to it. Ryan and Canelo actually go way back. Ryan used to be part of Canelo's camp when he was training with Eddie Reynoso. They spent a lot of time together in the gym, worked side by side, and even though things didn't end on the best note when Ryan decided to go a different way, there was clearly still some kind of respect left between them.
Depends your rival. What he has. Sometimes you change. Like 2.
Canelo believing Ryan could pull it off, and that too with a knockout shows he still sees that fire in him. Maybe he saw something during those old training sessions, something that told him Ryan's got what it takes when he's focused. Ryan might have taken a different path after leaving the camp, but clearly he left an impression, and with Canelo being one of the biggest names in boxing, having that kind of backing definitely turned some heads before the fight.
Andrew, real quick, so your prediction for Rolly versus Ryan, how do you see that fight going down?
Bro, I don't want to disrespect anyone. I want to wish everybody the absolute best. I hope everybody gets in there, has a great time, leaves happy, healthy, a little bit richer.
Right.
But Ryan's quick, man. I'll just tell you something. Like, I remember from my fight days, I'm a bit old now, but I'm scared of the guy whose hands you can't see. Those are the ones to be afraid of.
Because they're all good fighters, but Ryan's clearly your favorite.
They're all fantastic fighters. Ryan and I are good friends,
right.
You know, so we have a personal relationship there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to wish disrespect on anybody.
Right.
Or I don't want to jinx anybody. I just hope everybody has a great time. But I think when you can't see it coming, that's when it hurts.
You're going to be at the fight May 2nd?
I'm going to be at the fight May 2nd unless Ron DeSantis locks me up for fucking nothing.
Right.
But if not, then I'm going to be at the fight May 2nd. 100% I'll be right there at the front. You're going to see me.
Hello everyone, it's Leo Orozco with the main event, and I'm joined now with the one and only Sean Garcia. How do you see the fight going against Rolly?
Just like what Ryan says, I see him knocking him out. I mean, Rolly's going to come to fight. There's no doubt about that, but I see Ryan knocking him out.
With the left hook, or what are you predicting?
Left hook, right hand.
I think Ryan cleans up Rolly. I do
think he wants to fight. Yeah,
I think for both fighters obviously the common opponent right there. I think that both fighters. Obviously, Ryan just fought Tank.
Yeah.
I think he'll be better since fighting Tank. Yeah. And then the same thing with Rolly. I think Rolly became better from fighting Tank. I think that they knew certain mistakes that they made. I think they believed in their game plan. Got us all to believe in their game plan. I think they came to this fight with the right adjustments, but took it too far, I guess, for the sake of words. But I think that they'll both be better.
Yeah.
In their fight against one another, I don't know how to.
They're both super raw.
Yeah.
I think Ryan got more talent.
Yeah.
Just like Canelo, Sean Porter also gave his 2 cents, and honestly, they were pretty heavy. In his prediction, he also gave the edge to Ryan Garcia, but what made his take interesting was how he broke it down using their common opponent, Gervonta Davis. In Sean's eyes, both Ryan and Rolly changed after facing Tank. Yeah, Tank beat both of them, but it was not just about the loss, it was about what that loss did to each of them. According to Sean, Rolly used to be this full-blown daredevil, the kind of guy who would just charge forward and try to hunt you down in the ring, but ever since that fight with Tank, it is like that fire in him dimmed. He became more hesitant, more cautious, and even started using his feet more, instead of just walking guys down. Almost like the fear of getting caught again made him rethink his whole approach. On the other hand, Garcia came out of his fight with Tank looking like he had learned something. According to Sean, Ryan became stronger mentally and more aware of what he needs to do in the ring. That experience did not break him, it built him up.
That fight is somebody is gonna get hurt. I don't know who gonna get hurt. Somebody gonna get hurt in that one. I would bet that it's Rolly that ends up getting hurt just simply because he hasn't been Rolly Romero since the Tank fight. I mean, keep it real. He hasn't been Rolly Romero since the Tank fight. Before Rolly, just so that I can provide the necessary understanding, before Rolly fought Tank, Rolly was like this daredevil in the ring.
Yes.
That was a manhunter that was just gonna come get you. And he just ain't that guy anymore. He's very hesitant now. And on top of that, he's more willing to use his feet because he doesn't have the mechanics to use defense with catching punches and slipping punches and returning, you know? But if we get an old school vintage Rolly in the ring against Ryan Garcia, that thing gonna light up New York.
It's like Sean could already feel the chaos coming. The way he said it, someone was definitely getting badly hurt in that ring. He even used the words highlight reel knockout. That's not your regular knockout. That's the kind of knockout people replay for weeks. And while he didn't say it with 100% certainty, you could tell he was leaning toward Rolly being the one to go down. In his eyes, Rolly just hasn't been that same wild, confident guy since Tank rocked him. That fight changed him, and not in a good way, but even with all that, Sean didn't completely count Rolly out. He made it clear that if we somehow got that fearless, no-nonsense Rolly back, the version from before the Tank fight, then things could get crazy real fast. If Rolly showed up and actually stood toe-to-toe with Ryan instead of holding back, we weren't just getting a good fight, we were getting fireworks. That's the kind of energy Sean was hinting at, and honestly, he might have been right.
My last one on this card out in New York, Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero, 2 guys that throw bombs.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be exciting. Ooh, that's gonna be exciting. Listen, you can never count Rolly out, because Rolly land one. You can never count Rolly out, man. But you can never count Ryan out either, because he catch Rolly with that left hook, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna be on the edge of my seat for that one.
Can Rolly pull off the upset against Ryan?
Can Rolly pull off the upset?
Yeah, do you
I don't want to say that's crazy, but yeah, hopefully for the sake of Rolly, he pull it off. But it's gonna be a good fight. No, you think? Huh?
Someone's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody get knocked out.
Who hit a little harder though? Was it Ryan or was it Rolly? Because they both clearly.
I ain't gonna lie, Rolly hit hard.
Yeah.
People be sleeping on Rolly because he been obviously. I don't know how to say it, obviously. But yeah, if he don't got no chin down, so Rolly be getting caught, but Rolly, he can hit, bro. Like, he can hit. But he's the only person I felt like when he swung, it felt like bricks was in hood.
Is that the hardest really like? Is that the hardest one you faced in your career? Is that the hardest one?
Who else I squad that was like that was Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, and that guy, he was big. Danny, what? He Puerto Rican, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like a hook he was swinging or?
Everything.
Oh, really?
I ain't gonna lie. He didn't touch me. He didn't touch me with nothing clean. But when he did touch me, he was like, hit me all across the room. Like, boom, boom. I'm like, damn.
But while Sean Porter had Garcia's back, their mutual opponent, Gervonta Davis, wasn't so quick to write Raleigh off. From where Tank's coming from, he's seen a side of Raleigh most people ignore. He didn't downplay the fact that Garcia has speed and skill, but he made it clear that Raleigh's power is the real deal. In fact, Tank described it as one of the heaviest punches he's ever felt. Not just strong, but the kind of hit that feels like it's packed with bricks. And that's coming from someone who's been in there with top-tier punchers. Tank even pointed out how fans and critics tend to sleep on Raleigh because of his recent losses or flaws. But when that guy connects clean, he can shut the lights out. So for Tank, this wasn't about blindly backing one fighter. It was more of a warning. He basically said if Garcia isn't sharp enough or slips up for even a second, Raleigh could catch him with something nasty. And with the kind of power he carries, that could change the whole fight in a split second.
Saw the odds. I think it's 9-1 in favor of Ryan Garcia. Do you think those accurately reflect the possibilities of who's going to win this fight?
That's possible. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Ryan is more proven. Ryan is, you know, I mean, most people feel that he's the better fighter. But I think Rolly has a great chance. I mean, he definitely has a puncher's chance. I mean, he can punch, and I'm leaning. And I mean, I'm gonna be, and I'll probably be cheering for Rolly.
I think, you know, Ryan Garcia beats Rolly Romero. I would love the Rolly Romero fight for Boots, but I will say as well, Boots wants to face the other champions. I mean, we do have the Gearsoft issue. I think Boots wants to go out there and fight Brian Norman. I know his excellency wants Boots to fight Teofimo Lopez. Right now, I say it now, Boots is the red hot guy.
Get your thoughts on Ryan Garcia moving past Devin Haney and wanting to fight Rolly Romero.
It's a shame. Cheers, mate. Nice to all right, good man. Good to meet you. It's disappointing for boxing, but obviously it's the easier fight is Rolly, so I understand. But you know,
how do you think that fight plays out?
Which one?
Rolly.
Yeah, I think Ryan win that comfortably. Yeah.
What about if Ryan wants to fight Devin Haney?
In the boxing world, a lot of fighters still look for the easy route, the kind that comes with quick money and less risk. At one point, Eddie Hearn felt like that was exactly what Ryan Garcia was doing. When Ryan chose to fight Raleigh instead of pushing straight for the big names like Devin Haney, Hearn didn't hold back. Sure, he predicted Ryan would win against Raleigh, but he also criticized the matchup, saying it wasn't the fight fans needed.
Ryan Garcia seemingly taking to social media to announce that the Devin Haney fight won't be happening. What was your thoughts on all of that?
Weird, really weird. I mean, he DM'd me a few times saying, just want to confirm, this is the fight I want, Devin Haney. You know, Oscar was on to me, had numerous conversations with Eric Gomez. We're working with Owen to put an offer together for that fight. There's been rumblings of that fight potentially in the Middle East as well. And then just tweeted and said, change my mind, I'm fighting Rolly Romero. I get it, you know, I mistakenly believed that Ryan Garcia was a legacy guy. You know, he was a guy that wanted to fight the top guys for the championship. But I can't blame him for what he's doing. He's taking the easy route to a championship. And, you know, I know he's been hanging around with Floyd Mayweather recently. Maybe it was words of advice.
According to him, Haney was the real challenge, the real test. Funny enough, that fight did end up happening later down the line, and it showed exactly what Ryan was capable of when he took the tougher road. But back when this Raleigh fight was first being talked about, Hearn saw it as Ryan playing it safe. So while he backed Ryan's skills, he wasn't exactly sold on the timing or the opponent.
I think something people want to watch, but I think the bigger fight is Ryan Garcia.
Rolly and Ryan Garcia, obviously, you know, one of the reasons that made Rolly famous was the video of him and Ryan, you know, boxing. So, like, to kind of bring that back full circle and see who would really win in a fight, you know what I mean? Because, you know, in sparring, anything can happen, you know what I mean? Like, anything can happen. But when it's real, when it's for everything, who wins?
Okay, who wins?
Me personally, I believe Ryan Garcia.
Knockout or by point?
I would say that fight ends in a knockout either way.
Stake.
Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero?
Yeah, I'll go with Ryan.
Yep.
I mean, the only question for me, I mean, Ryan's been able to win. You know, in the Haney fight, there was, hey, look, let's be honest, there was a lot of controversy. But he was able to win on that stage. The Romero hasn't really been able to win at that level yet. He hasn't been able to win on that stage at that level yet. And he's getting another shot at it. He's gotten a lot of shots at it, to be honest. He's getting another shot at it. And he might be inspired because maybe this is finally the last shot he'll get at it. So maybe he'll be extra inspired by that. You know, but Ryan, it's all about Ryan for me. He's got the talent. It's all about mentally, is he in the right place? Is he in the right frame of mind? And I think that he is. I mean, I don't know for certain, but from all accounts that I've heard, it seems like he's in a stable place. And if he is, I'm gonna go with him because they're both talented. But again, I think Ryan has shown he can take his talent and win at that next level.
When it came to Teddy Atlas, he didn't hesitate and made it clear that he was picking Ryan Garcia over Rolly, and not just because of talent, but because Ryan's already proven he can win on the big stage. Atlas brought up the Haney fight, controversy and all, as proof that Ryan's been there, done that. Meanwhile, Rolly's had chances, but he still hasn't truly delivered at that level. According to Teddy, this might be Rolly's last real shot, so sure, he might come in more motivated than ever, but in the end, Atlas made it clear, this fight comes down to where Ryan's head is. If he's mentally in the right place, Teddy's betting on him to get it done. From
Ryan Garcia, Rolly, you told me you favor who?
I think Ryan.
Why?
Yeah, he's just fast and has a tremendous left hook. So I think it's a competitive fight, and I think Rolly is game enough to put up a good fight and go to the end. But I think eventually Ryan lands that left hook and probably hurts him.
Bold predictions to heated opinions, everyone seems to have a different take on the Rolly versus Ryan showdown. Some are putting their money on Ryan's speed and big stage experience, while others are betting on him to lose. Whether it's Tank warning Garcia about Rolly's power, or Teddy Atlas trusting Ryan's mental focus, the stakes are high and the opinions even higher. What do you think about the predictions? Were they spot on? Let us know in the comments below.